Hey, good evening. It's Monday, so let's mint mask. I'm going to give you a fair warning. Tonight's is going to be a bit sappy, so please bear with me, but I hope that you'll listen to what I have to say. This evening, I want to share just a few thoughts about the institution of marriage. I've been married to my bride for over 30 years, and I love her more today than I did the day she said I do. And this week, and over these last 40 years plus, I have had the privilege of witnessing what marriage looks like. Now, I understand that marriage is difficult, and I understand that marriage may not be as in vogue these days as it once was. But I want you to understand that God designed the institution of marriage because it has a purpose and it has a value. And when it's done right, simply meaning when it's done God's way, it's simply the best. For over 40 years, my mother and my father lived and exemplified the covenant of marriage. The covenant of marriage includes vows like for better or for worse. My parents, during their marriage, had some difficult days. They had difficult days of health and difficult days of job uncertainties and difficult days of, just difficult days. But the marriage covenant says that for better or for worse, we're in it together. And it goes on to say for richer and for poorer. My parents worked very hard. They worked very hard raising a family. They worked very hard providing for us all that we needed and then some. They worked very hard in meeting the needs of so many over the years. They worked hard at being the benefactors of their hard work. They worked hard at enjoying the fruits of their labor. But it says for better or for worse, for richer and for poorer. But whether we're rich or whether we're poor, we're in it together till the end. It goes on to say, in sickness and in health. Because you see, the marriage covenant isn't just about convenience. It's about promise and commitment. Because you see, when you get to the richer poor, that can be easy, and sometimes it's even a little fun. We all like to live on love, as we all say. And sometimes for the better or the worse, the worse sometimes makes us better. In the sickness and in health, my friends, that's where the rubber can really meet the road. And I saw my parents live their marriage covenant in sickness and in health. And it says, until death do us part. I saw my parents love and live. I saw my parents serve in sickness and in health, in adversity and prosperity, for better and for worse. And sadly, on Saturday, I got to see until death they do part. My mother stepped into eternity on Saturday, coming to the end of a battle of liver cancer, at peace, at home, in the company of her groom and her daughter. It was the absolute best it could be for the worst that it was. My parents gave me 40 years of demonstrating how to be a married man. And my father has given me 48 hours of demonstration of what it means to fulfill that promise. I saw him love and serve. I've seen him cry. I've seen him utterly spent. I've seen frustration. But my father, my mom's groom, fulfilled his covenant. And I want him to know it means the world to me. And I beg God that I could equal the man, the husband, the covenant keeper that my dad is. And tonight, for all of you who are married, I call you to keep your covenant. It's worth it. Every day and every hour and every moment, it's worth it. And for those of you that are considering marriage, I want you to understand this. Don't enter into marriage lightly. It's not a game. It's not something to pick up and to lay down. It's a promise of God. It's a covenant with God. And it's really hard work. And some days are diamonds and some days are stones. But my friends, it's worth every moment. Dad, I love you. And Mom, I miss you already. As always, let me thank you for your very precious gift to me, your time. May the Lord bless you and keep you until we see each other again. Here with Mint Mask with a message.